So Chrisette came on and she sang well, but then she sang and she sang and she sang. I said, yeah, she got her saying play. And I could have listened and heard some more, but didn't have these high quality brothers and sisters, you know. As you all can see, as the Whispers would say, it's a love thing. That's what it is. But you also know that, see, love is a serious thing. And when you come from a black folk who've been taught to hate themselves for 400 years, when you love yourself as liberating and emancipating, it's empowering, it's ennobling, it's enabling. But not only that, what I love about this, brother, is that if you're really serious about loving folk, I'm talking about loving in their concrete embodiment, not in that abstract reflection.
Well?
Then you have a deep hatred of injustice. You abhor unfairness, and you can't stand everyday folk catching hell. What is distinctive about this brother, Neil and brother Roland and brother Tavis, and of course you see Tavis' show on 9th Ward, New Orleans, last night, tonight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. One of the few folk in the media keep track of it along with white brother Jonathan, dear me. But if you're really serious about loving folk, and this is what I love about Brother Dyson when we met over 25 years ago. And I told him then and I told him now that anybody in America who's serious about telling the truth about white supremacy and how deep it cuts in every nook and cranny, and male supremacy and imperial arrogance and class privilege and homophobic subjugation, if you're really serious about loving folks, you want to tell that truth, you better be willing to pay a price. You better be willing to cut against the grain. You better be faithful unto death, because it's not a plaything. A lot of folks say, oh, you're on television all the time, running your mouth behind the camera and so forth and so on. What are you saying? Does it have to do with what Brother Tavis said? Quality of love and depth of service. But most importantly, you begin to recognize that your calling better be rooted in some recalling. You better recall Martin and recall Marcus and recall Fannie Lou and recall Ida B. Wells and recall Du Bois and recall a whole cloud of witnesses, because that's going to be the major win at your back. And Brother Dyson has a calling. He doesn't have an academic career in the parochial sense. He has a calling that says, I'm going to be faithful unto death to tell the truth, expose lies, and bear witness until I die. That's the difference between vocation and profession. He's a professor, but his vocation is to enable invocation of those who came before so that their afterlife becomes part of our life, and we keep them alive by trying to bear witness and ask questions and cut against the grain in such a way that we can come together and laugh and acknowledge the love, but also know there is no love where there's no willingness to tell the truth and live and die. And that's what we're talking about. That's what I love about this brother. People say, oh, you know, y'all don't always agree. We never always agree. Thank God Monkey, Coltrane, and Miles didn't always agree. But where we agree on is we're going to be faithful unto death, giving the commitment to the love for the people by being willing to bear witness to truth and justice in our own inadequate way. We all crack vessels, but at the same time we can be vehicles for something bigger than us. Nobody else in the culture today can have Jay-Z write the intro and Nas write the outro. And the title itself comes from that genius Nas. Know what I mean? And I want to now introduce to y'all one of the few geniuses in this culture that brings together sharpness of mind, that brings together a rhetorical and homiletical level of excellence which is unprecedented in the American Academy. And he's from Gut Bucket, Detroit. Oh yeah. That Becky produced Stevie Wonder, so y'all know that. The greatest genius to come out of Detroit, but to see it in the Academy and connect the Michel Foucaults and the Platos and the Aristotles and Augustus and David Humes too. Stevie Wonder and James Brown and Sarah Vaughan, Luther, J.B., new laws, those we recall, those we invoke, in order to make our callings more real and our vocations more concrete. I introduce to you all tonight the one and only Micheal Eric Dyson, my dear